Thanks, Lauren. Families are hitting the road this weekend to celebrate the last holiday weekend of the summer. AAA has forecasted that approximately 34.7 million people plan to travel this weekend. So what do you need to know before you head out? We're joined today by Steve Pacer from AAA. Now, I think the thing that most people will be surprised about is the sheer number of people that are forecasted to be on the road. So can you tell us a little more about this?
Yeah, 34.7 million, that's a big number in itself. It's up 1.3% from last year, and perhaps even more importantly, it's the highest number since 2008. That was when the recession hit and people stopped traveling because the economic situation in the country was really, a little shaky. So now things have changed tremendously from that time. So it's a busy weekend, to begin with. Now it's even busier this year. So expect it to be very crowded if you're traveling by road, by plane, or even taking a cruise or something like that.
And we're talking about traveling by road today. Do you have any idea where these people are headed for people that are traveling from Western New York?
Yeah, most of our members stay within New York State. And I think that's really indicative of how many amazing places we have within our state. There's the Thousand Islands, there's the Adirondacks, there's Lake George, the Finger Lakes. So most people really want to fit in this one final summer trip. They're going to see family, and hopefully they can stop at one of those places along the way too.
So when we do pull out of our driveway and we're headed to the road, what are some of the things that we should look out for to make sure that we're having a safe trip to our destination?
I think a lot of people kind of want to hit the road early and they want to beat the crowds. That might be pretty dangerous. You don't want to travel at any time when you don't normally travel. So getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning and trying to hit the empty road, that's not smart, because I think a lot of people don't realize how dangerous drowsy driving can be. Your motor skills almost function as if you're drunk or if you're on drugs. So really travel when you're supposed to be traveling. Put all distractions away. If you're traveling with kids and they begin acting up, pull over. If you cannot fully devote your time and your energy and your eyes to driving, that's a distraction. So you just really have to be careful.
And when we have being safe figured out, the next thing we're talking about is making sure that we have sort of a cheaper trip to our destination.
Right.
That brings us talking about gas prices. A lot of people map out where they're going to stop, where the lowest gas prices are. Do you find a lot of your members are very curious about this?
Yeah, and the good news is this year, even if you're not taking a long trip, or if you are taking a long trip, gas prices are down about 10 to 15 cents depending on where you go. That's great. That saves a big chunk of change if you're taking a road trip. We have an app, AAA.com/mobile. You can find the cheapest gas prices near you. So if you're not in the area and you're kind of curious, you can look it up that way. But all in all, it's good news. Gas prices are down. I don't think anyone will complain about that.
So when you sit down with someone at AAA to kind of map out plans, what do you usually ask them? What do you usually talk about to make sure that everything's covered?
The travel agents really, they cater to you. Where you want to go, they can obviously recommend destinations because they're experts in this area. They've been to many of these areas themselves, but really we listen to the member, listen to the person, figure out where they want to go, what's best for their family financially, what's best in the schedule we have. Schools start Tuesday, so a lot of people don't have a lot of time this weekend. We really just want to make the best trip that you want.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for coming in today, Steve.
Thank you, Matt.
For people that want a little bit more information, maybe a few tips that we didn't talk about, is there a place online that they can find it?
Yeah, if you go to AAA.com, you can go right there. You can type in your zip code, and it brings you to our webpage. And there's all sorts of facts and fun figures. We're also on Facebook and Twitter, too.
All right, perfect. Again, thank you for coming in. Right now, we're going to change gears a little bit, and we're going to travel a very short road trip over to the kitchen.